Today we will start with the understanding glide record class.
Mm-hmm.
So
Okay.
glide record class is one of the important class which you need to know while doing the scripting. Like mainly
Mm.
if I talk about server side scripting. So
Okay.
today's agenda mainly would be like understanding how to insert a record, how to query a record from a table, how to update a record, how to delete the record.
Mm-hmm.
So glide, as I previously said, glide record provide you these functions, right? So to insert,
Yes.
update, delete, or query a record from a table. Like now you can
Mm.
write it in your any server side script. Like we will see the how to
Mm.
use this in business rule or something. But before that, it's important to understand these functions, like how you can do that. Then
Okay.
maybe seeing the application of it.
Mm-hmm.
So first thing here we have to use like for the glide record class first for any operation we have to instantiate the class. Instantiate means something like creating an object kind of thing for that particular table. So what I will do first, like let's say I am going to query, if you remember previous example, I'm not writing this code yet in business rule because I am just explaining
Mm-hmm.
you this inside of it. So let's say I need to update all 999 records. Getting my point?
Mm-hmm.
When I update a kind of a particular record, right? So I like if I
Okay.
need to resolve, if I resolve the parent ticket, I need to resolve all child ticket of that particular ticket.
Mm-hmm.
Getting my point? So let's
Yes.
implement that example directly. Let's say. So what I need to do, I need to write a after business rule, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if I go to, let's go to demo table only. So here I have state. I will configure some related list. So let's say like I now in my demo table also I can relate the records using like parent child. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So let's say I have these three records in my demo table. Okay. All
Okay.
three in our open state. Now what I want, I just want this 76 to be parent and these 108 and 1010 to be child.
Mm.
What I can do, I will open 76 and I have added a related list here, parent child for parent child relationship. Now I will add those two records.
Okay.
When I add it, now let's say my these are kind of this is my parent request and these two are child, but
Child.
both of these
Mm.
belong to basically this demo
New
table
demo
only, right?
table.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So now my requirement is like if I am closing my parent one, the child one should close, or if I am resolving the child one, then child should resolve. So like if
Mm.
I my requirement is if I close complete this one, these both should get close complete. Right now, if I will do, it will not.
Mm.
See, they
Mm.
are still in
Yeah.
open state. So this
Yeah.
kind of requirement you may get. So
Okay.
so to do that, what I need to do, I need to like uh, update the related records where this incident, this particular incident is child, parent.
Mm-hmm.
So I need to update all the not incident, I would say, like my request where this particular incident is parent. So in this case,
Mm-hmm.
for which particular request it is parent? For these two, 108,
Mm-hmm.
1110. Let me just- okay. So I now go to write a business rule, configure. So I will click on new.
Mm-hmm.
and
Parent child.
I will click close child request. That is what we need to do, right?
Yes.
So when I need to run, obviously during insert, as soon as I will insert, my parent record is not going to close. So it will, whenever it will be going to close, it will be a update, right?
Yes.
So I need not to take like check this insert unnecessary. I need not to
Right.
run my
Right.
code insert, because on insert it is not going to resolve for sure.
Yes.
So then I need to put here condition when I need to
State.
run. So state is maybe
Close complete.
one of, like like
Okay.
it's
Yeah.
not,
Yeah. Right.
it could be close complete, close incomplete, or close queue. So state is one of this. Then I need to run.
Okay.
Now I will go to advanced part.
Mm-hmm.
Now what I need to do, I need to get all those record from that table where the parent is current record. Current record means which you are basically closing. So again, coming to business rule execution or any script, it at a particular time it runs on a single record. Getting my point?
Mm-hmm.
This particular business rule will run for single record. If you are updating 100 or hundreds of record, it will run for 100 times. Getting my point?
Yeah. Once at a time.
Yeah, for each record at a time.
Yes.
So it's not something like if you are updating for all, single business rule is going to run. No, for each instance means each record, if condition matches, it will run kind of separately.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now, so here first what we need to do first is we need to let's understand first this current and previous. So you
Mm-hmm.
remember that new value, old value.
Yes.
So that was for getting the field values, like field value in the on change script, which were kind of
Yes.
previous value of what previously value was there, and what new value user has taken.
Right.
Similarly, here we have this current and previous also. So when
Okay.
you are getting a field value, if you are putting like current dot, let's say I need to get value of
State.
request type, right?
Oh, okay.
Then what it will give me? It will give me what user has now selected, what basically now the value is there. If I want to get the past value, like what was previously selected, so I can use previous. So it's like that. Okay.
Hmm.
Current is basically what is the value currently available, and previous is what was the previous value of that particular field.
And this request type is a field, right?
Yes, here we just use this like this. So in client script, you need to use like g underscore form dot get value set value. Here
Yeah, yeah.
you can just directly use current dot the name, then it will give
Okay,
you the
this is
previous.
easier, is it?
Yeah, you can say.
Oh, okay, okay.
So it's kind of, it's server. So here also you have the get value, but there
Hmm.
you can use the here also. Now here you need to pass the field name. You underscore
Okay.
request type. Like this is another way how you can get the value of a field. And
Mm-hmm.
another first one was like I have already told you dot you underscore like field name. So both the way
So we
will work.
will, which one to follow
Anyone
first?
depends. Like both will work.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. Similarly, to set the value, you can use like current dot set value is also there, I think. So you have the set value, or you can use like whatever field like current dot. Let's say I need to set the HR request type, so I can use like this equal to like I need to select HR. So this will also work, and on the same time, if you want, you can use current dot set value. If let's say you want to value of like request type, if you want to set the
Mm-hmm.
value, so you can use this or you can use this one as well. Both will set the value of this field.
Comma HR.
And then comma, and you need to put it in. So both are to set the value of a particular field.
Okay.
Okay, so this is how you can use the current object and the previous object and how you can get the value and set the value. Now coming to now we need to update the child request. So to update, first what we need to do, if we think, if I need to update something, I need to get those, right? Whatever I need to
Yes.
update.
First query.
Yeah, first I need to query those. So to query, we know we have the glide record class. So I don't know if you know or not, like where gr tab, if you will type, it will give you the syntax of glide record class.
Where gr and then
You press tab.
tab. Okay.
You can write line by line as well, but it's kind of shortcut which you can use.
Okay.
So this is something now you can use this glide record class. First line is this line number 3. It is basically instantiating the class. So now you will create an object of class and that object will be gr. So here inside this you need to pass the table name. So for which table you want to basically create the object, new underscore.
What is gliding it? I mean, we generally use, right? Glide.
Yeah, that is what glide record is a class which gives you certain functions and method through which you can insert, update, delete, or query the records from a table.
Okay.
And this is how we write the code for glide record class. This is what we are trying to learn. So
Okay.
query
So
the
in the
record.
in first, this third line, they are querying the table, right? You
No,
underscore
it
new.
is not exactly querying the table. It's like this whole thing will query the table.
Okay.
This 3 line is kind of querying the table. So each one has its significance. First one is something which you will see every time, whether you are doing insert, whether you are doing update, you are doing delete, anything, any operation, insert, update, delete, you will be seeing this or query.
Okay.
Now these things will be changing depending upon the type of operation. So here we are we wanted to update the records which are the child of this particular record which you are going to resolve or close. So first you need to get those records. So to get those records, we have to like if I talk about how many records will be there in like demo table, there could be thousands, right?
Yes.
Will all be the child of a particular record?
No.
No, there could be 5, 10, 20, right? For a particular record which you are closing. So you need to get those exact 5 record because only those should get closed, not all 1000. So that is what you need to update will help these line to get those. So first line is to instantiate the class. To instantiate the class, not I would say class or glide instance is the glide record, or you say class. You need to write this line.
Hmm.
You need to write this line. This line is basically, this is your object, which is object is again bundle a kind of thing. You have all the references inside it. So like whatever you will query, you will find inside that this record. Like if we were discussing, like we got the service, now through service we can access many things. Similarly, we are trying to create the object of those 10 records so that we can later update them.
Mm-hmm.
So first line is gr.new glide record. This gr can be anything. It is not fixed. So you can put it like child request, anything which is meaningful and which you can understand. So basically, so what I am trying to do, I am trying to get the child request. So then gr dot, I said like go to this table. First line is saying go to this particular table. You can take it like this. Go to this,
Okay.
because in database there could be multiple tables, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Where I need to update, what I need to update. So I am telling the system like go to this table. Now in
Okay.
this line, what I am doing in that table, as we discussed, there could be 1,000 or 2,000 record. Now I need
Hmm.
to grab those 10 only.
Okay.
So what I need to do, I need to put the query to grab those 10 only. I need to specify, okay, just filter out these 10 records from that table.
Okay.
So to do that, this is the we use the add query method. Now add query is it takes basically 3 parameters. So first is the value. Now if I come back here, if I go to, let's say, go to child record, how I just wanted to maybe you will be already aware how these parent child records are linked to each other. Like if I open this 76 record, how these records are showing below under this child related record. Like, do you know the relation?
No.
Basically, not only these, any related record, how they come appear under a record. Because if I open another record, child record, you cannot see any other record here, right?
Yeah.
So how? Because they are coming to that record only. Why? There should be a relationship, right?
Yes.
So always try to understand when you open a related list, like why these two records are only coming. They will be coming using this filter always.
Okay.
So this related list is will only show the record where the parent field of a child record will be having this particular task number. So if I open this one, here we got the parent field, right?
Mm-hmm.
But here it's empty.
Mm-hmm.
Here it's empty. So that means this particular record will not be as a child under any record. But if we open these child records, this field is filled.
Yes.
So this is what link these records are get. This is through these records are getting linked to this parent record.
Mm.
So this is again this related list is showing. So the records in this related list where wherever the records are having parent as this particular ticket.
Mm.
So this basically records are linked using this parent field. So now in our script, if I want to get this child record, what query I can put? What I can tell, like first thing I told my compiler to go to this table. Now second thing I
Yes.
need to tell him like query these particular record, right? So how
Mm.
can uniquely I tell him like get these records only? So let's say I forget about compiler. As a human being, first your query should run here as well, right? You could see those
Mm-hmm.
things. Now I want here only those records should be available in this list. Maybe I will create third one as well here. Like by the time the table is going to increase, not 4 records will be there. There could be multiple, right?
Yes.
Now I just want to see those records which are parent child of this particular record. How can I get those records here only?
Related
No,
parent. Okay.
related list always be there. So
Yeah.
I can put a filter here, right? Because only these two record, if you observe, are having reference to this, not this one. So I can put a filter. I can use the filter. I can say like parent is, like, I will put that record. So I am saying to system now, just show me the records where which are the child of this particular request. See, how many I getting? 2.
Two.
Now what I can do? I can update it from here, right? Same codes, think about system will be doing. First, what you did physically, if I say update all the child of this particular, let's say just I am closing this window. I am just going to home. Now I say go to like I want to close all the child of this particular request. I am asking you as a task. What first thing you will do? You will go to that table, right?
Yes.
Then what you will do? You will try to
Filter it.
get those record. You will try to find out the child of that particular record. So what I will do? I will find the child. So how can I find the child? Because there is a parent field available on all childs, and I can use this filter and I can put like parent is this. I will find only those record. Now I can update.
Yeah.
Same thing, obviously compiler will do. It's not magic. It's something, the command which you are giving to it, it will run those. So always think like how you would be physically doing it. The same way you need to give the commands to the system. So first thing was in our like pseudo code, go to that table. This first line we written for going to that table. Second line, we need to tell, okay, from that table, you need to get only these specific record. So for that purpose, we use add query. And then add query, we need to tell what we were selecting when we were putting the filter, parent field. So the field I need to pass through which on which I need to run a query. I will say where parent is this. Same thing I written, right? You got this line, right?
Yeah.
That is what we were doing in list.
But this is hard coding, right? Or I mean, we are mentioning the task number itself.
I'm coming. So, but now if I write this line, that means what? Every time business rule will run, it will try to update the child of this task only.
Right.
It should be dynamic enough.
Yes.
It should be run the child of a record which I am updating. So how can now what this parent field will be saving on the childs? If I go back and if I open one of the child, which type of field this is? It's a reference field, right? And reference field is basically what it saves in backend. Sys ID of the record which it is referring, and which record it is referring? It is referring to the parent. So it will be, if I say like copy sys ID. Now, if I try to get the value of this, what it will give me? It will give me the same sys ID. So now what I need to do is configure. As I need to run the dynamically, so I will have
the sys ID.
Not sys ID. Again, sys ID is hard coded, right?
Acha,
I will have to use like parent is equal to, wherever parent is equal to current dot sysID. Current means the record which
okay.
you are updating. That will be every time different, right?
Yeah.
So it will try to get all the records wherever the parent field having the sysID of the record which you are updating. That is what this line is saying. Okay. This is how you write which record you need to query, like adding the query, like this line, if you will like this line, and if you will comment this line and you will run the code, it will give you all the records. If you will remove this particular line, now if you will run your code, it will every time get all the records of that table. Because you said go to this table and query. That means get me each and every record. But you need not to update each and every record. You need to put the query in between. Okay, go to this table, then apply this query where the parent is the current record which I am going to update. Get those record and query it.
Now, so I will get the records if I'll get all the child records, right?
Yes.
Now,
in terms of when you are using add query method, there you see two parameters, right? There can be three parameters. So third one will be the operator. So here I can use like this. I am not telling what you need to do, equal to, not equal to, or I have to tell compiler, right? Compare parent is equal to parent is equal to this sysID. So always in add query, third parameter comes. Like if you need to say query the records where the, let's say scenario comes where the parent is not equal to this. So you will have to write like this, and you need to do like get me the records where the parent is not the current record which I am updating. So in between you can basically write the operator as well, but in case of equal comparison, it's not mandatory. So by default, it will use the equal operator. So by default, it's a like if you are not defining any operator, system will treat as like you want compare to compare it. So it's some system will say like, okay, I need to get the record where the parent is equal to. If you need to put not equal to, greater than, other operators are there, then you have to like explicitly define that operator in between. Okay. Now what these three lines give you the child record. Similarly, if you have one more query, like you want to more filter to the record, out of these also you just want, let's say wherever the request type is HR, only close those. Right, that could be again a condition. Let's say if I come back to our request, if I open these two, let me put request type. So all these are, let's say, requests. Let's say one is one child is having another request type, IT. Now as parent is HR, so my requirement is like only update where the request type, only update those child where the request type is similar to parent. Getting my point? Yeah. So basically what I can do, first query is to get all the child. Second level query will be where the request type is the current parent's request type. Oh, I will do parent. So you can add like one more query here. So you can add multiple queries basically. That is what I am trying to say. So you can do add query, and then here you can do like u underscore request type, whatever, is equal to let's say current dot request type. So you have put basically one more level filter. So now this will give you in current scenario just single record. You got this line or you have confusion?
This line, this is same, right?
Yeah, this is same. I am like adding one more query. So I am filtering data at one more level. So
Okay.
I am saying like wherever these both conditions satisfied, just give me those records only. First is wherever the parent is the current record, and second is the where the request type is similar to parent request type. Like current.u underscore request type means the record which I am saving, and that is parent record. So apply both of condition, and then whatever records are you are calculating, just return those to me.
Okay.
So if I go here on my list view, if I apply like what is the request type of parent? HR, right? So what I am trying to say in the code, parent is equal to this and request type is HR. I have filtered one more level because there were two requests where the parent was this, but if I say parent request type is HR, it's just one request. Getting my point? So that is what I can put multiple level of query, but you can use like add query 10 times, right? But there is one more function which we call like add encoded query, where you can create your filter using the list view. Like you can easily create that. Like here I wanted to know parent is equal to, let's say parent is this record. There could be a complex query. Right now it seems simple. So now what you can do, right click at the end of your breadcrumb, and here you can type copy query.
Copy query.
Now go to your script, configure business rule.
So this is another easier way, right? Instead of writing it.
Yeah, you can prefer this one as well. So now you can replace all your add query. Like if your full query is in like make it in list view, so you can use like, let me paste it. gr.add encoded query. There is another function, so you can use this one, and then you can put your whole encoded query here. It's like more and less same thing, but ServiceNow provided you another way. But here, if you see, this is again hard coded, so you have to replace it with, you have to make it dynamic. So you have to do it like plus current.sysid. So hard coded value you have to replace. So that's why it become difficult. Sometimes you might not be able to do that easily. Now it is correct. Again confused with this?
No, this is okay. So far, need to practice, we'll get more.
So like how this is how you can use either add query or add encoded query, whichever like suits you. Now these three lines, what it gives till now to me, just it queried the record
Table.
Queried the record and get me, now this particular object is having those records with all the fields of those records. Now this line you are seeing, this line is something which will go to each record one by one. Like after querying how many records I got, maybe in this scenario, just in our example, just 2, there could be 100 record I can get, right? After this query, I can get 100 records. So this particular line, now to update it, I need to go to each record and then update it, right? So what I need to do, I will, this particular line will, like loop me through each record, each of those 100. So to go to each record, I need to use while. If it will run single time. So it will update the first record if I will put here if. But in our case, we will be getting multiple records. So I need to use while. So to iterate it through each record. Now what I wanted to, I just wanted to update the state. So I will use this, for which I want to update the state. Now are those two records. Where are those two records? In this particular object. Now what I will do, gr.request, because this is the object, and what I want to update for that state is equal to whatever state of parent. And how can I get the parent things? Current. So here I am saying update the state of the records which you get through this query similar to parent state. So if parent is closed incomplete, make it this closed incomplete. If parent is closed complete, make it close complete. Close skip, then make it. Now I have set the value, but to commit the change in database, I need to update it. So I need to write dot update. Now this code is complete and we can try it. So if I go to my parent record,
little complex, no?
Yeah, you will find it complex, but by the time you will find it easy. But yeah, by the time also, if you will get the complex scenario, you might find it difficult. So you need to understand the concept properly.
Yeah.
That's all kind of, yeah, sometimes it may be easy, maybe difficult.
Correct.
So if let's say I'm marking parent as close complete. So now if I go down here,
the state is still showing open.
Yeah, that's open. Yeah. So maybe there is an error.
Yeah.
Yeah, still it's not updated.
You wrote before business
flow? I think, yeah, I think we didn't update it. This before.
This will be after, right?
Yeah, it will be after. Let me again, let's say.
No.
Good. We can troubleshoot it. If I open this, after update create, then I am saying if state is one of these, this is correct. Then if I come here, I am saying u underscore demo table is table name correct. U underscore new underscore demo.
Yeah.
Underscore table, yes. It's correct. Saying parent is equal to parent.sys ID. That is good. Querying, then I'm going to use record this. See gs is so basically I am trying to see before update, like how many rows I am getting, whether I am getting any record or not to update. Like if I will not get any record, then what system will update? So I'm just checking my code, like if I am even getting the rows properly. So yes, I am getting 2 records, and ideally I should get 2 only. That is correct.
Yes.
But it's not updating. Well, here it is running. Oh, find the mistake. It's not going inside the loop. Because what we are trying to reiterate, we need to put, so the object should be same. Like we got the records in this object, so we need to reiterate this object only. Here we were like using the default GR.
And what is this dot next?
That's what I said. Like it here now, this line shows you like you got 2 records. So this dot next will go each time single record. So like first time this will record run will code will run, it will go to the first record and update the state. Then it will go to the second record. So it will go one by one to each record and update the state.
And there is no if and else, right? Here it's while here.
Here while is for looping, right? While loop is for looping. So it's kind of similar to like you found 2 records, right? Then you will first update this one. You will update this one, whatever state. Then you will update, like you did it twice, right?
Yeah.
Same kind of that line is doing. So it's going to each, it got 2 records. Now it will go to each record. So it first and then second. It will update first one first, then again it will go inside the loop and again the second. If there is third one, then it will. So
and this while loop is not working like if, right? Where condition is matching and then going inside.
Yeah, it's kind of similar to, but if you will put if, then it will just go once, right? If runs for single time, while is for looping. If I can use if as well here, but it will run just one record, because first time it will match the condition, but if doesn't go, if is not for loop, if for checking the condition just once.
So this is a loop, it becomes a loop, right?
Yeah, because there you can get 100 record, you can get 10 record, maybe sometime you can get, here we are getting 2, there could be 10 childs, right? So at that time it need to run 10 times.
So in business rule, can we say that mostly we'll be using while instead of if?
No, you cannot say. If you are like sure, sometimes you will be sure, always you will be getting just one record, then you have to use if only. So like in this scenario, we are just getting multiple records. There could be, yes, you can say like mostly 60-70% time you may get while, but you will get if as well. Like there you will be sure. Even in case of if you will write the while, that will not be a kind of, it will not give you an issue. But again, if you are sure, like if you will be getting just one record, then why to use while? Because again, in case of one record, while will just run once. It's not, it is not going to harm you, but it's not recommended. If you are sure you will get one record, just use it. Now our code should be correct. Yes. Closed complete.
So it shows 0 also in addition
because
to 2.
You now, once this one updated, these 2 also updated, right? So the business rule got it triggered for these 2 as well, because they are also closed. Got it? Or I need to still explain?
Can you explain it once?
See, if I see, I just updated 2, but ideally 3 records got updated.
One is this parent.
Yeah, physically I just updated 1, but through backend it updated 3 records.
How 3? 2 are these, right? Child.
2 are these, right?
Which is the third
these
one?
2s are running through getting updated through backend business rule.
Correct.
Now, for the system, whether you are updating through business rule or through manual, it's an update to this record as well and this record as well. And your business rule is written on this table, right? And what business rule says? Whenever a record of demo table is getting updated and if the state is this, then run the business rule. So business rule has run for 3 times. One for the one which you updated, and then when you updated this, in terms of like due to a response on this, a business rule got triggered and updated these 2 records. Now, as these 2 also updated, then the one business rule which we written, the condition of that satisfied for these 2 as well. So that business rule start running on these 2 as well. But when that business rule started running, like get the record of get the child of these records. There wasn't any child. That's why it has given you 0 0. Like 0, 1 time 0 for this and 1 time 0 for this. So there could be a scenario, right, where you have added few child to this. So that one is the master parent, and they can be like sub parents. So here there can be 1 record, right?
Yeah.
Why it's not? So like there could be a nesting of parent child. Now it also got this child. So this is the master parent, and then this also become a child of this.
Okay.
Now if I will run again, like if I will move all of these to work in progress, then it will give you 0 to 1. So let me move this to work in progress. So what I will do now, I will again, I am closing this, but this one also having now 1 child,
yes,
sub-child, right? So it will query that one as well. So if I will close complete this, it's giving me 0. Okay, it will not give me. No, it should give actually. What happened? Close complete. Okay. So why it didn't give? Because I am using the demo and this record which I added, it belonged to different table.
Change.
SC task.
Okay.
And my code is saying query the record from demo table.
Yeah, right.
To do so you correctly, let me just add this as subchild. Let's remove this one. Now I will close complete this. See, it has given me, but now here you see 4 because the subchild, the business rule again ran for subchild.
Yeah.
Right, because there also update is happening and the condition of business rule is getting met. It's kind of one and another.
Yeah. Right.
So this was how you can update. Now let's say your requirement is might not be a valid case, but here you say like once your parent is maybe some pending, then create one new task to this one. Okay, my friend. So
Okay.
let me configure one more list. So not task, let's say create a problem. So as soon as, let's say, this particular might not be a valid case, just giving you code. So as soon as someone put up a task, a request in parent, then sorry, in pending, then a problem should automatically get created. So this is what you need to insert a record in problem table.
Problem.
So there should be a business rule run when state of this particular request is changing to parent pending, then a problem ticket should get created. Now that means created, you need to insert a record in problem table.
Yes.
So again, you can write a business rule, configure business rule.
After business rule, right?
Yes, because it's a related record.
Yeah, right.
So to create, again, you need to use glide record class. So Sam, where gr, and you can press tab. Now you don't need this. To create, first here you need to pass the table to which you are instantiated. Now where you need to create
Problem.
the problem. So here you need to pass this time problem, and then here the syntax is gr dot initialize. Okay, and then last line will be gr dot insert. So this is the syntax to insert a record in particular table. Now in between this line 4 and line 6, you can pass the value which you need to set to your target record. So now I wanted to set the gr dot short description of problem. If a new,
we also need to write the condition when it needs to be created, right?
no,
Before
that condition is already, as soon as here condition I can put here like state.
Acha,
So as soon as my state is changed, state is pending and update, my code should run, and this is what I am creating a record. So this is the syntax to create the record, and here I can set the values in between short description.
okay.
Let's say I just want to set it as my current record, like current request ka jo short description that I just want to set, like current dot, I can say short description, and then to relate it, again, to relate it as a related record, I need to populate a field of problem with the current records number or sys ID, I would say. So that I will do using parent. So I am putting like where parent is current record. If I will not write this line, then you will not see that under it will, the record will get created under problem table, but it will not show as a related record. It will not show below that record. So this line number 6 is to link this record under this particular record here, to show it here, because wherever this particular filter will qualify, those problem will only displayed here, not all. So that line we written current dot parent, like problem dot parent is gr dot parent is equal to current dot sysid to make this filter on that particular record, so that that problem record get linked to this record.
Okay.
So if I
Pending.
see,
Created.
a record is created, and if you will now
Short description copied.
open this, the parent field will get populated with the sysid of this request, which is belonging to demo table. It's taking time to open. So it's how you create a new record. Then coming to delete, let's say if you want to, that you might not be using that much, but sometimes you might need to delete some unwanted record to fix a production issue or anything. So you may need to delete the records as well. So how you use the delete and that. So let's say you want to delete these two records from the table. So like run the delete query when you are 100% sure, because once the records are deleted, you won't be able to recover them back.
Okay.
So let's say I just wanted to these records. So I will copy this query. Let me go to fix script. Again, to delete, I need to use the glide record class. So I will use this. And then what I need to do, I can put u underscore demo, because demo table is the one from which I need to delete the record.
New underscore demo underscore table, I think.
Okay. Then I need to query the records which I need to delete. So gr dot add encoded query I will use, and I will paste the query which I copied, and then while, because if I will use if, it's similar to like, again, for updating, as we were going to each record, for delete also we will be going to each record and
going to
deleting
each
from
record.
the data.
Yes.
While, and then what we can do, I can use gr dot delete. This code, if I will run, those two records will get deleted. This is one way to delete it. Another way is delete multiple, where I need not to go to each record, it will delete it like in single query. So I can
directly, with no need of loop.
Yeah, gr dot delete multiple.
But we need to write that query statement, gr dot query.
Yeah, that will, because I need to tell the system which I need to delete. Otherwise, it will delete all, right?
There is another query, right? gr dot query that you have deleted. Is not that required?
No. So I can use this or that.
Okay.
So if I will go to a background script.
So we can run this fix script also here or not?
Yeah, you can run it. I am running it. Like you can save it and run it. See, it deleted two records.
And if we need to write this similar script for in business rule, that will also work, right?
Yeah, that will also work.
But what would be the condition? Because in business rule, we need to add a condition also. Right?
Yes, so you have to tell, like in business rule, you will have to tell, like here I need to do just one time. But if in business rule, you will only be writing if you need to do on particular condition. Like previous to, we were having condition like when the status changes, every time it should run. When the ticket is going to pending, the problem should get created. But what is your delete condition, that you will have to do.
Oh, okay.
Here I need to just run it one time, so I run it through background script. So now if you see, those two records got deleted.
Yeah.
So this is how you like write the business rules how you like mainly how to insert a record in a table, how to update a record of a table, how to delete the records.
Mhm. So this is usually like frequently, is it? These things, insert,
Yes,
update.
business rule. Yes, you will be like glide recording. In glide record class, sorry, I said glide recording. It's not record. Glide record class. You would be using multiple times. Like it's kind of everywhere to do any operation. You need to update, delete, or something. You need to use the glide record class because any
Mm.
logic you mostly will be related to this database only, right? From where you will
Mhm.
get the data? You will get the data from database only. To do
Yes.
anything, any operation, to display it on some page, to display it in somewhere. So to write the script, you need to get the data. To display it, you need to get the data. And from where you will be getting the data? From database. So you need to use the glide record class.